let's get back to my mama bear story. So the Whole Foods story is my daughter and I are in Whole Foods. And before we get ready to check out, she wanted some gelato. So we walk over to the counter in the sort of on the side, right, in the cafe area where they have the gelato. And we stand there for a few minutes. We can see I'm calling her girl because she was probably like 20 years old or something, maybe mid-20s.
She's a young adult.
She's a young adult, really. The young adults.
Too many words.
The girl. Yeah, the girl. The young lady that was working behind the counter. She was white or at least white presenting. And she was over at the cash register, right? She was over at the cash register checking someone out. So we're just kind of sitting there and I'm like, okay, looks like that person might take a little while. I'm going to go to the register and check out. Baby girl, you stay here. She was maybe 8 years old at the time, maybe 9. I think maybe more like 9. So you stay here. I'm going to go to the cash register. I can see her from the cash register and she can see me. When young lady behind the counter comes over, tell her what you want and let her know that I'll be right back. So she's standing there, and because I'm my eyes are always on her in public, like I'm not taking my eye off of her, because even though I'm at the cash register, because I'm keeping an eye on her and making sure she's okay. As I'm at the cash register, waiting in that line, I see 2 white girls. Now these are actual girls about her same age, walk up together. And they start, perusing the options, the gelato options as well. The cashier, after the white girls get there, walks over and starts engaging the 2 girls white girls that just walked over in conversation. So I see her basically starting to serve the 2 girls, and I lost it. I marched out of line. I was like, I'm not checking out right now. I can't even check out right now. What the heck is going on?
You said,
so I marched.
Not about to do.
what we're not gonna do is act like right, like she wasn't here waiting for much longer. I mean, she and I waited there together for a while before I walked away. And I was still watching her before these 2 girls walked up, and then the cashier walked over. So what if you were just kind of in the area watching? Here's what you would have seen happen. I march over there. I interrupt the conversation that she's having with the 2 girls, and I look at them, in a way to say, like, excuse me, girls, right? Like, yes. I need to talk to her for a minute, because it's not their fault. I acknowledge them. They did absolutely nothing wrong. It wasn't about them, right? And I wanted them to know that it's, like, they're okay. So I kind of walk over and I look at the 2 girls and said, hey, girls, and I look at the young lady and I said, I'm sorry, did you see that my daughter was here ahead of them? Why did you not serve her first, right? And I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was some version of I didn't know, I didn't see her, I wasn't sure, I just walked over here, something like that.
So we have uncertainty and invisibility.
To which I say to her, why didn't you just ask? Yeah. Right? You just completely ignored her. I was standing here with her. I walked off. I saw these 2 young girls come over afterwards, and you just went straight to serving them.
Yes.
Why is that? Now, so, and I'm animated. Yes. I'm not cussing though. I'm not like I'm not like, cussing at her or anything crazy like that. But I was very annoyed, very frustrated. And she's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then she immediately starts asking, what does she want? What do you want? And then she gives her like an extra scoop of gelato. I didn't even want her to have the first scoop in the first place. I'm like, I don't need the extra scoop. Like, that's not what I need from you.
We're taking our service.
I don't want her to have that much sugar in the first place. What I really wanted you to do is acknowledge her and see her and not treat her like she's invisible. Yes. I don't want her to have that, to accept that as she grows up. Yes. And I'm sure the young lady had no context and she just thought I got mad because somebody else got served first. And that's probably was the beginning and the end of what she thought was going on. Yep. But what was going on was so much deeper than that. And even my daughter was like, oh my God, Mom, oh, you're so embarrassing. Why did you have to yell at her?
Because she didn't get it either.
And because she didn't understand what was happening either.
Too. Yep.
I think she gets it now at 13 years old.
I'm sure she does.
But back then, she didn't get it. She was just like, it was okay. It's okay. It's okay, Mom. It's okay. And I'm like, no, it's not okay.
Yes.
Because what we have to live with in this society, in these, as I like to say, in these United States,
right,
is always being invisible. When we're walking down the sidewalk, we, the Black and brown people, have to move out of the way of the white people. And if we think back to Jim Crow laws, some of these were actual factual laws on the books. So the history is so deep in this country of, like, the general have been taught in this country that Black and brown people are invisible and it's okay to not see us. It happens all the time.
And the only time we are allowed to be visible on a global stance, right, just on a general stance, is for the stereotypical reasons, right, whether they be positive or negative.